And now we have a very special speaker. He's our very own Chief Investment Officer, Mary Kay's grandson, and most important, today is his birthday. Please welcome Ryan Rogers.
Thank you. When David told me backstage, everyone knows, now everyone knows. Thank you. All right, enough about that. Of course, I'd be born during seminar. Well, after 3 long years, I can't tell you how happy I am to be together again with all of you at seminar. During Leadership Conference, I shared how over the last few years, I have reevaluated the meaningfulness and value that coming together holds. Well, as a family-owned company, my family gathers every year for a reunion/business meeting. Of course, we call it our family seminar. So I bet you're all sitting there wondering, what is it that we do at our annual family seminars? Well, we have fun sampling new Mary Kay products, of course. And I have to say the Instant Puffiness Reducer was a big hit this year. Well, we had a great time, and of course we made memories that will last a lifetime. And seminar is always a special event in the Mary Kay world. It is a time to celebrate accomplishments and reflect on special moments. And it's also a time to expand our dreams and motivate each other to reach new heights. And all Mary Kay seminars are special, but in my 22 years so far with the company, some stand out above the rest. They stand out because they were pivotal moments in our company's history. And I believe this seminar will be one of those pivotal moments. It is unprecedented in the history of this company to not have a year with an in-person seminar. And here we are for the first time together since 2019. And I don't have to tell you this, but our world has changed in ways we would have never been able to imagine since the last time we were here together. And time will tell when it's all said and done, and I look back on my career with Mary Kay, where Seminar 2022 will hold its place in my heart. But one that currently stands out among them all was 21 years ago at Seminar in 2001. It was a pivotal moment in the history of this amazing company. I'd only been an employee for a little over a year, but that was my dad's first seminar since he had stepped away from the business in 1992. And he spoke about his experiences working with his mother for 30 years of his life. And he told the story of co-founding the company, taking the company public, and then taking it private again. And he reflected on the importance of Mary Kay's dream in his life.
Mary Kay's dream is too important to be held by the public or owned by another company. After all, no other entity in the world would understand that Mother's dream ministers to the welfare of humankind.
Although spoken 21 years ago, his message couldn't be more relevant today. The fact that we share a company with a higher purpose, a dedication to enriching the lives of women around the world, that we share a mission to make the world a better place for everyone, It's so relevant in the times we live in today. Well, he went on to explain how persistent Mary Kay was in her desire to have my dad present at the company.
During my absence, Mother never stopped trying to persuade me to return to the company and lead her dream. I would say to her, "Mom, I spent 30 years running this company. Give me a break." But she never gave up. Even after she couldn't speak any longer, I would visit her and tell her how wonderful the company was doing, and she would point to me. I knew what she wanted. "Well, Mom, you got your wish. I'm back."
Well, I can certainly appreciate his experience with my grandmother. After all, I was just 7 years old when her book, Mary Kay on People Management, was first published. And grandmother Mary Kay autographed a copy for me. I still have it, and I treasure it. And her words ring so true. She said, "Learn all of this to use when you are president of Mary Kay." Of course, that was my dad's title at the time. And I haven't really started putting the pressure on my 13-year-old daughter, Everly, just yet. But I'm sure that's coming. Well, he went on to thank the national sales directors for carrying on Mary Kay's legacy while she had been away from the business herself after suffering a serious stroke in 1996.
In 1971, when we established the position of National Sales Director, it was a significant part of Mary Kay's grand plan. She wanted to make sure that we would forever perpetuate her vision. She knew that she was replicating herself. She knew the National shared her vision, and that someday, when she could not be here anymore, that they would carry the torch representing her principles and her beliefs.
I, of course, share my dad's appreciation for our national sales directors. Thank you for carrying on her legacy and passing it on to new generations of national sales directors again and again. And finally, he reflected on his first day back in the office.
On my first day back to work, I drove down that 4-lane street that goes under the Mary Kay World Corporate Headquarters building. That street goes under and connects to the foundation of that building. It connects to the pillars that support that building. And I stopped and looked at the street sign. It's called Mary Kay Way. And that's the way it will be.
Well, for those of you who were there or have heard the story before, it was such a pivotal moment in this company's history. And I'm glad that I'm here to share it with those of you who weren't. But there was another person that wasn't there, my grandmother, Mary Kay Ash herself. So after his speech at the conclusion of the morning session, my dad and I got a video recording and we took it over to Mary Kay's house. And I'll never forget what happened next. We went into the sitting area in front of her bedroom and we started the video. It began with the segment just before my dad's speech, where the international visitors from our Asia Pacific region got their chance to be recognized on stage. And while she could no longer speak, Mary Kay was still a great communicator. Although she loved my dad's speech, I almost can't describe the sheer joy that came across her face when she saw her dream for women had reached all the way to the other side of the world. And not just in some small way, but hundreds and hundreds of national sales directors, and beauty consultants on our seminar stage from different countries all across Asia. At that moment, she knew that her dream for women had been passed on. Well, she held both our hands so tight, even though she didn't have a lot of strength. And I could tell that she took great comfort knowing that the two people she always wanted to work for her dream company were right where she wanted them to be. Of course, that would also be Mary Kay's last seminar. Well, over the years, many women approached Mary Kay, wanting to thank her for the Mary Kay opportunity and the impact this company has had on their lives. And in those moments, Mary Kay would always respond with the same reply. She would say, "Just pass it on." So this seminar, where we celebrate the Mary Kay opportunity and the impact we can have on enriching women's lives, I ask you to do the same. Just pass it on. It's the Mary Kay way. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for Ryan Rogers.